Hello, my name is Myles. I'm an FSI here in Edmonton, CFB Edmonton. Today I'll be taking you through a bit of a HIIT class. Before we get going into the workout though, I'll have a little bit of a preamble, some words I gotta say before we get going. So first thing, this workout is going to be designed for CAF members specifically. So please speak to any medical professionals prior to becoming physically active. Modify any of the exercises that you feel are too difficult. I'll go through some of those as we start explaining what's going to happen today. Make sure if in the event that you feel any pain or anything like that, that you stop exercising right away. Any discomfort, anything like that, take a break, take a breather, see if it goes away, and then you can continue to go at your own discretion from there. Make sure that you have any water available, if you have water around, so you have that. Don't hesitate to take any breaks whenever you feel like you need to. Grab a quick drink, get back into the workout, rest as required. Before we get into the workout, or before we go any further, I'll just quickly go over what the exercises are going to be for the day, give a demo of what they're supposed to look like, as well as any potential alternatives that you can do to make this work for yourself at home. So, just handy dandy piece of paper here. All right, so the first thing that we're going to go over is just going to be a simple wall sit. So find yourself any sturdy wall that you can use. You're going to go against it, squat down, get your thighs down nice and low, parallel. You have a nice little 90 degree between your shins and your thighs. Okay? To make this a little easier on yourself, you can come up a little bit if you have to, if it's a little too stressful being down low. Once again, and you're just going to sit there, hold. You can cross your arms across your chest, put them on your hips, anything like that. After that, we're going to go into some plank shoulder taps. So you're going to get down into a plank position here, starting with your arms extended nice and high and straight. From here, you're going to take your hands, tap it on the opposite shoulder. You want to try and keep your hips nice and flat and square. You want to try to avoid rocking and rotating. So keep them nice and flat, going through it. If you have to modify this one as well, you can go down to your knees from here and tap on your shoulders from your knees. Okay? Next thing we're going to do is some lunges. So you can stand straight up, step back, drop down. You want to stop that knee just before it hits the ground. Come back up, right back into your neutral position. Go to the other leg, drop down, back up. Okay? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into a side plank. So have a little bit of a mat here. You're going to take your arm out, put it just below your shoulder. Keep everything nice in line so that it's strong. And you'll have your hands, other hand on your side, holding it here, okay? Modify this one, you can go down to a knee if you have to, and holding it from here. We'll also be doing that from the other side, so you'll just flip over, go to the other side. And the last thing that we're gonna do is a little single leg glute bridge. So you can use, I have a little bench here, you can use a couch, a chair, stairs, anything that you have that you can arch your back up a little bit like this. Have your legs out. One leg will be lifted off the ground. You go down, come up. Squeezing with your glute, bringing your hips up, everything up into parallel straight line. Squeeze there for a second, go back down. Up, down, okay? You can alternate going the other leg. Perfect. So those are all the exercises we're going to do today. How we do them, what we're going to do, I'll go into that here in a moment. First and foremost, I'll get us going into our warm-up, and we can go from there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start a little timer here for us. Perfect. All right, so first thing we're going to do, we're just going to go and just jog on the spot. You can stand here, we're just going to do this for 30 seconds. Get your legs moving a little bit, get the body warmed up. Five more seconds. Now from here, we're going to go into just jumping jacks. 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Perfect. Now we're just going to go right back to running on the spot, 30 more seconds. Good, that's 30 seconds. Jumping jacks again. Perfect. Good, after this we're just going to go work on a few more stretches here, so you can bring your knee up to your chest, back down, go to your other leg. Just kind of alternate back and forth. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. Perfect. Next we'll go stretch out our quads, grab your foot, and back and forth, stretching out each leg. Perfect. Next thing we're going to do, stretch out, put your legs down, go into a nice deep lunge, hands inside your feet. Get a good stretch across your quads, open up your hips a bit and twist up. And you can go back down. Get up, go to the other leg, same thing. Good. A little bit more with our lower half. Bend down, trying to keep your legs nice and straight. Reach to your toes. Go squat down. Use your elbows, push your knees out. Keep your chest up. Hold that for a few seconds. Stand back up. Same thing, going back down to your toes. Squat, push your knees out, and back up. Good. Just get our upper body loosened up a little bit, do a few arm swings, going back and forth. Good. Now we're just going to go to arm circles, going out to the side, going forward. And we're going to go in reverse. Perfect. I'm just going to get my phone ready here. Tie my shoe quickly. All right. So what we're going to do next, we're going to get going into our workout here now. So how it's going to work, what it's going to look like. We're going to do it in 30-second on, 30-second off intervals to start. We'll progress as we go through a couple rounds of this. So we're going to go through them in the order kind of that I explained to you. So we're going to do a wall sit for 30 seconds. We'll get 30 seconds of rest. Then you're going to do plank shoulder taps, get 30 seconds of rest. Do dips with the bench, which actually I don't think I explained earlier, so I'm going to go over that really quickly for you. We have dips here. You're going to use a bench. Once again, you can use a couch, a chair, stairs, anything like that. Basically, put your feet out, start here, and you're going to dip down, bring your elbows down as low as you can before touching the ground. To make this one a little bit easier on yourself, you can bring your feet in and do them with your knees up a little closer to you. Make a shorter lever. That'll make it a little bit easier. So, back to how I was doing this. It's wall sits, plank shoulder taps. Then you'll go into the dips for 30 seconds, get 30 seconds of rest. Next, you'll do plank shoulder taps. You're going to put your right arm down. You'll do, side plank. Right arm down. Hold that for 30 seconds off. You'll get up. You go into lunges. Once again, 30 seconds of lunges, 30 seconds of rest. Then you're going to do a side plank with your left arm. Hold that for 30 seconds of rest. Lastly, then we'll go to those single leg glute bridges. Do those for 30 seconds. You'll get 30 seconds of rest. Okay? Once you've done all that, you'll get a little bit of a longer rest. You'll be able to grab some water if you need to after that one. Feel free to grab it at any time throughout that as well if you feel like you need it. Then we'll move on to our next set of exercises. Not exercises, but our next little interval session and how that's going to work. So, without any further ado, we'll get going into the workout here. I'm just going to start my timer. Perfect. All right, so first thing is going to be wall sit, guys. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Get down nice and low, get those thighs parallel. Sit there with your hands on your hips if you like. Keep all of our weight back. You don't want to be leaning forward. Stay nice and flat. Good, there's 30 seconds. Grab some rest. You got 30 seconds. Do what you need to. Grab some water if you want. If anything's feeling tight after that first one, give it a quick stretch out if you need to. Three seconds, we're going into plank shoulder taps. And go. And rest. Next thing we're going to go into are the dips. And we have 3 seconds, 2, 1, go. And rest. Next thing we'll go into are going to be our side planks with our right arm down. 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. Next one, we're going to go into our lunges. In 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. Next thing we'll be going to are going to be side planks again, this time with our left arm down. In 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. All right, the last thing we have before we get a little bit more longer of a rest are going to be single leg glute bridges. All right, we got 3 seconds, 2, 1, go.
Activity completed.
And there you go. That is the first round complete. So go ahead, take a couple minutes, grab some water, stretch out anything once again that's tight, and we'll get back into the next set shortly. All right, we got a little bit more rest. That's about 1 minute in so far. Next time we're going to go through this, we're going to bump it up a little bit more, get a little bit longer time under time. under tension with the exercises. We're going to go a little bit longer, so we're going to go to 40 seconds of exercising and only 20 seconds of rest this time, okay? So a little bit longer, a little bit more stress. Yeah, hopefully you guys can all hear my voice coming through out there. If you can't, just follow along with what I'm doing for movements. When I stop, and when I start doing something, go ahead and start doing it. Perfect. All right, just a little bit longer here. Remember, the first one we're going to go into are going to be wall sits, and we're doing that for 40 seconds. All right, so we're going to get going here, setting my timer up. And as said, first one, we're going into wall sits. So get yourself ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Halfway done. And time. Good. 20 seconds of rest. Next one we're going to go into are plank shoulder taps. Three seconds, 2, 1, and go. And rest. Five more seconds. We're going to go into dips next. And go. And rest. Next thing we're going to do are side planks with our right arm down. Three seconds, 2, 1, go. and rest. Halfway through, almost. All right, next one's lunges. We're going in 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. Next, you're going to be side planks with your left arm down. Three, 2, 1, go. And rest. And the last thing on the list are the single leg glute bridges. And we'll get a little bit more rest. Three seconds, 2, 1, go.
Activity completed.
And rest. We need a little bit longer rest period now. Grab some water if you need. Stretch stuff out, whatever you need to do. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything throughout the exercises, feel free to comment in the section. We'll get back to you, answer you, see what we can help you out with. Other than that, hopefully you're enjoying it. We got another round we're going to go through, and then we will get into some cool down stuff after, okay? Good, just over 1.5 minutes there. We're going to go for a little bit longer. Stretch anything else out that you might be feeling sore. If you haven't noticed, I keep stretching out my left quad. It's tight on me, so. get going here shortly, right into our last round. We're going to do it again. We're going to go for 40 seconds again this time with 20 seconds of rest. So everything will stay the same. If for any of the exercises at this point, we're going through this the third time, you start to get sore, fatigued, feel free to modify the exercises however you see fit. Ease the stress on yourself, drink lots of water, and let's finish with one last good round. So we're going to start with wall sits again, and we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. 20 seconds. Next thing will be the plank shoulder taps. And 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. Next will be side plank with your right arm. Once again, if you're needing to modify, you can drop to your knees. You can go to a regular plank, front plank, whatever you see fit. And go. And rest. Lunges are going to be next. 3, 2, 1, go. Five more seconds. And rest. We're over halfway. Next thing will be side planks with our left arm down. And go. and rest. Next, we're going to the single leg glute bridges. Perfect, and rest. We got one more to do. I skipped over dips, so it's the second time I've done that today. I must really not have wanted to do them. So we're gonna do some dips here right before we finish off. It'll be the last thing. And go. And rest.
Activity completed.
Good, grab a quick drink of water. All right, so go ahead, grab a seat on the floor. If you have a mat you like to stretch on, a yoga mat or anything, we're just gonna do a quick cool down stretch here. So we'll start sitting down, reaching out, reaching for our toes, getting a good hamstring stretch in. As we go through the cool down here, if you guys have any comments or questions again, please feel free, let us know. We'll do our best to get back to you right away, answer them. Tell us what you liked about it, what you didn't like. If you have any comments, anything like that, please feel free. Put them in the comments section and we will get to them for you. Go ahead and switch legs. Good, next thing, take one leg, pull it back behind, stretch out your quad.
What timer app did you use?
Get back to you. ahead and switch legs. We said one of the questions was asked what kind of timer did I use. It was just an app called Interval Timer. Pretty simple. Just typed it into the App Store or Google Play, whatever you have, and it should come up right away. So go ahead. So we're going to come out of that one. Cross one leg over top the other here. Go into a bit of a glute stretch. The app's kind of nice. It allows you to set your duration of what your intervals want to be, so you can set them to anything you like. I was able to set custom ones for 30 seconds each, or 40 and 20, and you can go up even over a minute as long as you like, whatever your interval times want to be. Kind of a handy little app. Go ahead and switch legs. Good, we'll go into a bit of a calf stretch here. So you can plant, get up into a nice V here, cross one leg over top the other, and try and drive that heel, or the foot that's on the ground, try and drive that heel to the ground. Get a good calf stretch. Go ahead and switch legs. Good, go ahead and sit back down. Put the soles of your feet together, pull them in. You can use your elbows to drive your knees down a little bit, get a little bit more of a stretch in the groin if you need to. Good, next one we're going to do, lay onto your back. Bring one knee up, cross it over to the side. Get a stretch across your low back and your glutes. Go ahead and switch sides. Good. Come up into a kneeling position. Take your one leg down, plant, bring your hip, drive your hip forward, squeeze your glute. Feel a good stretch across the front of your hip. Go ahead and switch legs. Good. Next thing, just take our arm, cross it across your chest. Go ahead and switch arms. Good. Shake your arms out a little bit. Take one, cross over top your head. Push it. Your other hand on your elbow. Push down. Go ahead and switch arms. Good. Stretch out our head, neck a little bit here. So take one hand, push it against the side of your head, and push in that direction a little bit with your head. Use your hand to resist it. Go ahead and switch sides. Good, and let's do the front. And the back. Perfect. All right, so we're pretty much near the end of it here. Once again, if you guys have any more questions, comments, if you need any more modifications about any of the exercises, feel free to put them in the comments section. We'll get to you. Whether that's modifying them to make them easier or harder, we can work with both. Obviously, being limited what we have at home, some people have a little bit more equipment, some don't. So we can do what we can, do our best to try and modify exercises, get as much of a benefit out of these workouts as we can while we are in the confines of our own home or garage, whatever space you have to be doing your workouts in. If you guys have any questions about why the exercises were chosen or anything like that, guys, yeah, feel free to put it in the comments section and we'll try and get back to you. Be left open for about the next 15 minutes or so for you guys to put any questions in, we'll answer it. Yeah, anyway, thanks for coming today. Hope you enjoyed it. Have yourselves a good day, guys.